Welcome back, viewers. We are on Asian Vibes, and we're talking to Dr. Anna Guttman from Department of English, Lakehead University, on South Asian literature. And in this segment, we have another guest, Aisha Sajid. Welcome, Aisha. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for calling me.
So, Aisha, how did LU become your home to study South Asian literature?
It was more of a, not of a choice, but more of a, I applied there and I applied to two universities, Trent, and got rejected from there. And certainly LU was the place that I wanted to be then, because it offers a collaborative program in masters. So yeah, I was interested in women, studying women's studies, as well as I didn't want to leave the focus. I did my undergrad in South Asian literature, so I didn't want to leave that as well. So LU was the only option that was dealing with these two things simultaneously. So I opted for this.
So you're a grad student.
Yeah.
And when you say collaborative, you're talking of two disciplines.
Yeah, certainly. It's like on one hand we have women's studies, and on the other hand I have English literature.
Are there any other universities that's offering South Asian literature course in Ontario? Just out of curiosity, yeah.
Yeah, there certainly are, but it's not every university. It's really only it's a small handful as compared to the total number of universities. Many of the larger universities, like University of Toronto and York University, do have those courses, and it's great to be here at one of the few smaller universities that's really embraced, that diversity.
Nice. And what's your research focus? Specific topic, title?
It's interesting how when I came to Canada, I read the novel A Married Woman. She suggested me to read that, and then how I got interested in the notion of homosexuality and how it's rejected in the South Asian culture, especially in India and Pakistan.
True.
And how it is deemed as a Western concept and not as it has nothing to do with the Indian culture or even Pakistani culture or the Hindu culture overall. So that intrigued me and incited me to work on that and make this as my research project for my future endowments. I don't know, but still, yeah, let's see. I'm still working on it. I'm trying to I'm trying to read things on it. Like, I've read many novels. As Stealing Nasreen, they are dealing with the idea of homosexuality, especially the lesbian relationships. So yeah.
But is there more in South Asian literature on this specific topic? There are, yeah? There has been a lot of writing
there
on
is,
it?
This is what my professor has told me, because I was not into this concept at all, and I was really shocked when I saw that how many authors have written things on this.
Both men and women? Men and women authors, both? Yeah, in equal numbers?
Absolutely.
Wow.
I mean, certainly queerness is not the biggest theme in contemporary South Asian literature, but there is a growing body of work and growing interest and scholarship in the subject. And it's a very exciting field to work in.
Lots of awareness is required, especially from where we come from. This question I've asked Anna, but I'm asking you as South Asian yourself. Can we presume that you relate to the literature, in terms of language, the connections of bonds with the language and the context?
Certainly, that's the plus point of it, because we as South Asian readers enjoy what South Asian authors have to say about us, and the way they depict their certain characters, we can completely relate to that. And the scenarios and even the depictions of certain scenes, it's like quite relatable. So that made me more curious about reading more South Asian literature works by many authors.
I have heard people say that, however good the translation is in English, it's the language, if it's written in your own mother tongue or, the language that you've grown up with, it makes that kind of a bonding or connection, with the cultural connection that comes with that kind of reading. Yeah?
But still, I've seen that many authors have tried to do justice with this idea, because they have tried to portray as clearly as possible and to the best of their abilities, while depicting certain characters and certain problems as well. So I think they are trying really hard, and it's good. Like, to be into this, it's good.
What is the role of multiculturalism? Both of you have mentioned multiculturalism in different contexts, but what is the role of multiculturalism in South Asian literature today?
Another big question, but it's certainly a very pressing issue on a number of different fronts. You know, for any author working today, there have been so many political upheavals related to cultural identity to contend with, from partition to, you know, Sikh separatism in the Punjab, to the fact that the state boundaries in the northeast have been redrawn, you know, more than once since independence. These really become unavoidable topics. I mean, likewise, in Pakistani literature, struggles over issues such as blasphemy in the law and, you know, the reduction in population of non-Muslims are also issues. So I think it's really a prominent issue for many writers who, you know, can't help but see these as crucial issues, not just for literature, but for life.
True, very true. How is South Asian literature seen in Canada? The broader picture. And I had another question, but we have just 1.5 minute. But I wanted to also know, what about these South Asian Canadians? I mean, there are so many authors or good writers that are, you know, emerging writers who are here.
Absolutely.
But with, you know, origins like a future author right here, like Aisha. Where are they in the whole big picture of literature?
Well, you know, as you might expect in more than one place, really, where those authors are sometimes connected to their, you know, culture of origin in South Asia, but also often considered part of the diversity of Canadian literature. And, you know, there are so many different stories from, you know, Michael Ondaatje, for example, you know, with his own family history in Sri Lanka, to an author like M.G. Vasanji, who is of South Asian descent, but who actually experiences emigration from East Africa rather than from South Asia directly. So I think it's a really rich and diverse literature in and of itself, and the interest in the literature is growing.
I think we should have another session on South Asian literature, because it's such an enriching. I mean, there's so much to you know. I didn't know actually. There was so much to South Asian literature.
Certainly.
Yeah, authors and they're coming up every day. New topics, new areas of research. I wish you all the very, very best in your future research work with South Asian literature. And thank you so much, Dr. Anna Guttman and Aisha Sajid. Thanks for coming to our studio.
Thank you so much.
And sharing this wonderful topic that I discovered too. Thank you so much. Dear viewers, I hope you enjoyed this edition of Asian Vibes on South Asian literature. Till we meet again, stay well.